Hey, it's been a while, and it's obviously kind of a dry period right now. The next major thing I will be doing is Bladed Fury, which will supposedly be sometime this week, and then pretty much immediately around or after that, I'll be doing the Dynasty Warriors 9 Weapon DLC. So I thought I would do some closers. Right now, I just went to the store and bought some groceries, so now I can actually start doing the gaming-related purchases. I normally try to at least somewhat function like an adult and get all that shit done first. So I'm probably going to buy one of these. I would like to get the enhancement fortifiers and then probably sell the equalizers, and that would give me probably cool like 200 million or so if I sell the EB2s as well. That would get me set for a while. Right now, I'm pretty low on cash. I foolishly, I don't know if you could call it foolishly, but I tried to get a plus 14. And now I'm back at plus 12 with him. I think I went through like 20 fortifiers or something. I only got it up to plus 13 once. So the plan is to probably buy one of those packages, that $20 one, then use all the fortifiers and sell all the rest of the stuff. And then from there I'll try to probably just get back up to a plus 13 at this point. However, the problem with this game right now is the grind. If you have been playing this game ever since they added the Purification Hell, you know they have these compound trinkets which basically take a number of these trinkets here and they combine them into one slot. So when you have them all, it will give you a total of 3 extra trinket slots to work with. So a lot of people are running with Arena or Extreme in those extra slots. So later on, when we get Episode 3 and we get Dr. Hoffman and all that other stuff, there will be better things to put in those slots. But for now, this is the main endgame grind. However, let me go to my Harpy, who I'm focusing on right now. The grind is so strong, and it's a real pain in the ass to get your stuff up to Transcendence tier 4 and 5. I don't really feel like playing Jay right now. I think it's better I just focus on one character at the moment, and then when I have a little bit more money, I'll probably focus on him again. Although if I can get that plus 14 on him, obviously, I don't really spend that much money on this game, so I doubt that will happen. But in the event that it did, it would definitely help to cushion things a bit. So I've got one of the compound trinkets on her. This is the one that you put in your active bar that gives you the crit bonus. I got a tier 5 core yesterday, which is pretty nice. And then today, I got a tier 4 of the Yod booster. So I'm probably going to go for tier 4 on the other ones after this. So this gives me some more crit bonus. Right now I'm at about 64% crit rate and then 520% crit bonus. So this gives a proc chance for another 20% of physical and air crit damage. So it'd be about 260 air crit and then 540. And then when I pop this, it gives me another 30. So it's pretty ridiculous damage. Just about at 100% crit overall between the ABCs. Now the problem is these things here. The multidimensional reactive substances. You can only get like 4 of these a day. It takes forever. I find it to be a real big slog. I mean, coming from somebody who's played a lot of other Korean action MMOs, I know how much worse it can be. You know, at least you are, in the game's defense, you are, you know, guaranteed to get this stuff if you grind it out long enough. But it still takes forever. I have a feeling that by the time I finish with Harpy, they'll probably start moving towards Episode 3. We are getting Luna, the generic lolly Captain America, in a couple days. So I imagine after that, they're probably going to start moving towards Episode 3. I think at that point, the grind for these will be relaxed, very much like it was for a lot of the other stuff in the game, like transcending your gear, transcending it up to level 3 was a massive grind, or you could spend a lot of money to potentially bypass it, but even then, it took forever. So now, they basically have made it so that getting up to level 3 is easier, and then 4 and 5 are still a nightmare. So that makes it a little easier to gear up other characters. So let me see if there's any enhancement fortifiers up before I get started here. I need to farm up some entry pills for tomorrow. I'm already done with Harpy stuff for today. Ah, here we go. Here's one. Okay, so I'm gonna farm up. I'm gonna do a couple runs of the just the sides to get some entry items for tomorrow. And then I'll go on J, and I will make like 2 or 3 attempts to get a plus 13 again. I don't think I'll bother with plus 14 until I have more of those fortifiers. I know some people, myself included, have been getting kind of bored with this game because of just how bad the grind is right now for the new trinkets. And I think it's like, in the game's defense, you know, we're supposed to have like a fatigue system, and we're supposed to be having a much longer gap in time, or time span, between the updates. Because in the Korean version, this whole purification thing was basically just like filler endgame content until episode 3 came out. I think they call it seasons in this game. I'm used to how it's called in PSO. But we're going through this stuff at like a breakneck pace, so it means that unfortunately sometimes the grind is not really worth going through. Like, sometimes it's better to just wait. I remember when they added Super Gear to the game, and I decided that I don't remember what I was playing at the time. It was about a year ago, back during the beta. I decided I wasn't going to bother because I knew Extreme Gear would come out and render all that stuff obsolete. And lo and behold, it did in like a month or two. So I just had a very limited playtime on the game at that point. But then I came back once they relaxed things. I don't actually know much about closers past this point. I know about Dr. Hoffman and some of that stuff, but I haven't actually done anything like that on the Korean server. So I don't know how much they relax things. I'll have to log on and try that again at some point. I'll get back to you guys, but I'm sure it will be relaxed. It's usually how this game works. Yeah, it's a pretty soul-crushing grind for a lot of the gear in this because it is guaranteed. They're far more generous in this than they are in a lot of other games like this, where you can grind forever and never have anything to show for it. But usually when the power creep happens and they add better stuff, the tier below it gets relaxed to make it easier to get, less grinding. I think you can get the arena trinkets in like 2 or 3 days now. That stupid run-hit-kill explosion is so stupid. I hate how long it takes to respawn in this game, too. It's like counterproductive when the health bar barely means anything in this game, especially on the raids. Also, I think people forget that we're not supposed to be playing this game all day. It was never really designed to be that way, and basically, when they took out the fatigue, they basically made it so you can do that, but you're not really meant to, so I think people get, they get too obsessed with the fact that you can play forever instead of realizing that you're not supposed to. Like, I certainly don't play this all day. I mean, I'm barely playing for like half an hour a day at this point. Sometimes a lot of that is just spent in matchmaking because I'm not on at the right times and I can't like queue up for Purification Hell. But all the solo stuff, I mean, if you're just doing the raids, it really doesn't take long at all. I mean, if you want to sit there and farm all day and hate the game, you can, but I don't really think that was the intention. Luckily, removing the fatigue hasn't really had an adverse effect on the game. Things don't really seem to cost that much more. And the gold farmers seem to have pretty much given up on this being a lucrative game for them to destroy. And I'm not sure if that's because of the low population. I know that when they did remove the fatigue, that there were a pretty significant amount of new people playing, but I don't know, some people were probably turned off by the time-gated grind, and then obviously there's been just a massive amount of great games this year. Pretty much all genres, even, you know, character action games, you know, the stuff that I like. We had Assault Spy and stuff come out, so I'm sure a lot of people have just moved on to other things. What I think is nice about this game is that, you know, instead of having to feel like having an economy that's so bad that you can't feel like you can't accomplish anything without, you know, buying gold off those shady sites or something, they actually have it set up that you can just buy the cash packages, you know, for like $20 or something, and you can get some stuff to sell that way. So basically, you are still buying credits, but you're doing it in a legal way that supports the game's development in the future. Ugh. Yeah, it's far more likely. I know people like my Jay. I get a lot of compliments on his costume when I'm idling and stuff. I know people like me playing as him. I love playing as him too, so quite a bit more than Harpy actually, but due to the way the game's structured right now, it's not really feasible for me to grind out two characters, especially with all the resources it takes, like the transcendental elixirs and the, you know, the accelerants as well. I can't really afford to do that in-game at the moment. Alright, let's make an RNG roulette attempt here. Maybe it'll be nice now that I'm recording. I think the only real problem I have with this game, aside from just the grind for the compound trinkets, is the queuing. Like, it's been really hard to get like a party for Purification Hell, and that just makes it so you can't really do a whole lot. You can't finish your daily stuff until you get that done. So sometimes it gets pretty demoralizing. Like, you just sitting there waiting. And obviously, it only takes like, if you get a good party, it only takes like you know, like 6-7 minutes to do, so that can be part of it as well. A lot of people, what they do is like right when it resets, I believe it resets at 10 PM PST right now, because over here on the West Coast we're in daylight savings time. A lot of people log on right at reset, then do it, and then log off. So I mean, it's partially my fault, but I don't think the player base is on like simultaneously enough to make it so that I can just like log on anytime and do it. So sometimes I stream this and I'm sitting here idling, waiting for something to happen, waiting for a party to accept me. That I think people get turned off my stream for a while. So I may not stream this that much in the future. I think when Bai Winchester comes out, she looks pretty cool. Apparently the character after her is like a generic lolly or something, so it's obviously not something I'm after. Probably will focus on her for a while. Oh man, got a -11. This game hates me. Alright, I've got one more +12 booster here. Let me see if there's any more fortifiers up right now. Go ahead and get two of these. See what happens. it's not worth using it on a plus 11, so I'm going to get rid of these plus 12 boosters. They're giving these out like candy now. The power creep is actually starting to happen on this game. Like, pretty soon they're going to be handing out plus 13 boosters, so it's probably a good idea to not even bother. So what I can do right now is I can actually use a -1 booster and then try to go up to plus 13. That is actually an option as well. I do have one EB2 here. I think I have some on my other character. I can't even fathom how much money would have to spend to get plus 14 on everything. Like the total combat power ranking is basically just a thinly veiled whale ranking. Like it basically just indirectly tells you like how much money those people have spent on this game. Yeah, I don't have any on her right now, so go ahead and give it a shot. Maybe I can save a booster at least. Basically what happens is when you use an enhancement fortifier, it protects it from resetting or breaking or getting contaminated. However, what it doesn't tell you is that there's a chance that it will go down to -1. So even if you have it at plus 13, you basically can't just spam them to plus 14. There's always a chance that it will go down, which is what has happened to me numerous times now. So that is what I don't know. I think it's kind of annoying, honestly, especially since they're not really giving out as free items that much. I think it would be better if it just didn't do that. Since, I mean, the only real way to get a plus 14 is to whale or just get extremely lucky anyway, but that's just me. Alright, I've got one EB2 here, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. Oops. Reset all the way back down. All right, maybe that's a sign. It will be nice to me after this. This game's RNG is a cruel mistress. All right, so I got two more. Nothing happened that time. One more. Yeah. Okay, so at this point I can try one more time. Let me see if there's any more up. Like, you want to look at these rankings here. And look at the crazy gear these people have. It's like unobtainable unless you spend a ton of money. He's got like 8,000 more total physical power than I do. He's got two of the trinkets as well. And what's really jacking up his TCP is having these plus 14s on everything. Pretty bonkers. Alright, one last try. Let me see if that last one's still up. I'll try to be entertaining here. Alright, one more for the show here, and then that's pretty much it, unless I decide to spend more money on this game, but I'm kind of on the fence right now, honestly. This RNG is not really encouraging me to spend my real-earned money, or hard-earned money. Alright, final try. It's probably going to fail. Yeah. Alright, well, that's your reason why I'm not playing as Jay right now. I think I do have another plus 12 booster. The best thing I could do at this point is to buy those and sell all that other stuff, but there's not even a like an auction house listing for the alpha equalizer right now, so I don't even know if that's worth it at this point. But I figure by the time I I get Harpy's gear optimized, they'll probably will give us like Season 3 or something, and that will have the, hopefully we'll relax the trinkets, because that's what they've always done. I'll have to go on the KR server again and get back to you guys on that. I'll probably make a comparison video. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my shitty RNG here. Let me see if I have any more plus 12s really quick, since I don't need them on Harpy anymore. Yeah, I've got one more, so I could try again, but that will be for another video. Catch you guys later.